Hey yo, what's good? What's going on, everyone, everywhere? Couple of things before we get into this video, y'all. Go ahead and make sure you check out the top 3 powers in DC Universe Online, as well as the top 3 healer powers in DC Universe Online. Alright, this video here will be about top 3 tank powers. And as you see right here, we're on my tank character. Alright, Pumbaa! Pumbaa! Look, I love saying that name. It's sick to me. I do have his name. I didn't have to buy or anything. I saved it early on, so I'm lucky like that. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get into this video, man. I will be having a lot of other tank videos coming to the channel, so stay tuned in for that. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're gonna roll to 1,000 subscribers. At 1,000 subscribers, we'll be doing 10 membership giveaways for DC Universe Online out of my own pocket. To y'all, it's not platform specific at all. So no matter what platform or server that you are on, I will go ahead and buy you that. All right, well, you have the chance for me to buy you that. Put it like that. At 1,000 subs. Well, look, let's go ahead and get into this, man. And stay tuned in for the future tank videos. The best loadouts for tanking and the best loadouts for damage when it comes to these tanking powers. All right. Just like I do for my healer powers. So, without further ado, let's go into this top 3 tank powers in DC Universe Online. And let's start with number 1. Number 1 is Rage, man. I went ahead and put the Rage power as number 1 on my other video for top 3 powers in DC Universe Online. Check it out if you haven't already. And I'm gonna stand by it. Rage is the best. When it comes to support role, tanking wise, it is the best. It's hard to touch it. It has a good amount of shield, has an amazing amount of defense without blocking. The health pool is very high, and this healing factor is just insane. And the ability to still heal on top of that is absolutely ludicrous. It is hands down the best tank in the game. All right, plain and simple, it is the best. And on the damage side of things, melee range, it's one of the best in the game, man. You're not touching that. Even outside of melee range, if you're able to hit Berserk, which is supercharger Rage has, right, and able to proc it in the right ways to get all the little ticks off and all that other stuff with the increased damage, it is insane. All right, it takes that average, long range loadouts and damage style that Rage can do and puts it to above average. All right, that coupled with the insane tanking and the insane damage they can do in melee range, it has to be number 1, man. It just has to. Everyone prefers it when you go into a group and you go like, hey, what tank power do you prefer? You guys, anyone, man, they're gonna say Rage. All right, hands down. If you know how to mitigate that Rage crash, which Rage has powers that help you mitigate it for you if you miss it for whatever reason, it's pretty much unstoppable. It's very self-sufficient tank, and just put it at that. All right. So that's why it's going to be our number 1 slot. Number 2 is going to be power that y'all have bugged me in the comments about several times, man. And even in person, or on the game, I should say. Ice. Ice, y'all, I understand. Ice is good. Ice is good. It's amazing. The tanking role of Ice is very good. Only time it kind of falters at is when you're dealing with a very large amount of ads, because the shield gets eaten through very quickly. And it's not good when in terms of the loadout cooldown stuff with some shields, or whenever you have mechanics and content in this game that hit you through your shield. Ice is not built like that to be hit through the shield. It relies heavily and pretty much solely on the shield. Outside the shield, Ice just has a good high amount of defense. But that defense isn't keeping up like that when it comes to later content. If you don't have the shields with Ice, then you ain't tanking like that with Ice. Let me put it like that. It relies heavily on the shields, and the shields getting through, slacking. So that's why I put Rage above Ice there. In terms of damage side, Rage is better with its melee range damage than Ice is. Ice can beat Rage in damage when it comes to longer range, though. Ice long range damage is insane right now. All right, you can check out Hezzy's videos or whoever. All right, they put a lot of people on. Well, Hezzy in particular put a lot of people on to Ice. I think Sensei Chad put some people on Ice too. So definitely check those videos out. And I think Sensei Chad's live streams out, because that's where a lot of people get the notion that ice is very good outside of people who actually play ice. All right. So ice is going to come out at number 2 spot for those reasons. There, it's pretty good all around. It does have a couple of weak points that it can improve on, but it still comes at number 2 slot. Now we'll have to address a couple things in the room. Both Earth and Atomic did not make this list, so Fire is your number 3 power. But the reasons why Earth and Atomic did not make this list are pretty simple. Atomic is a great and one of the first battle tanks in the game, but it has not really kept up to his reputation. All right, it pretty much now slacks and is lackluster when it comes to battle tanking or even tanking in general. It's not one of the best in those regards anymore. Fire healing is way better. Rage healing is way better than Atomic's. Atomic's defense and whatnot. It's just it's kind of in that last place, honestly. It's not really good at what it used to be good at in turn as the same extent as it is for other powers. All right, just put it like that. Atomic's not the best. All right, the tanking side just not the best. Damage side, it relies too heavily on you critting for you to be effective. Oh look, it's a YouTube channel. That's funny. Huh? Maybe I should do that. Make a YouTube channel league or something. I don't know. But look, that's why Atomic is not in our top 3 tanking powers, at least in 2022. And Earth almost made the cut, but did not for a couple of reasons. Earth, you have to pretty much be spec'd and have the build of something specific. Earth tries to be all over the place and like a jack of all trades kind of deal, which is good to be adaptable, but it's not good when in like elite content and stuff like that when you're just trying to do too much at once. You need to hone in and pick a lane and stay in that spec for that. Now Earth with Brick, a lot of times it's not good in higher tier content because Brick dies too easily at times. And when Brick is dead for that kind of build, then you're pretty much dead. And then let's say you're doing without Brick, it's sometimes hard to do because you don't have as high of a health pool as Fire and Rage does, and then you don't have as much defense as someone like Ice does. So it's just like you're struggling to do stuff that other powers do better. All right, that's pretty much all it is. Similar thing when it comes to Atomic. Other powers do what you do better. Now when it comes to Rage damage though, Rage damage is, I would probably say, a little bit better than Fire, only because it's very insane. Both the melee and the long range are both very good, and even Earth has one of the best supercharges in the game. You can even check out Obsidian Chill's video on all the supercharges in the game to even go more in depth of why it's one of the best supercharges in the game. Why Earth has one of the best supercharges in the game, I should say. But those are reasons why they did not make it in this top 3 list. So don't hate me in the comments, all right? But in terms of our last entry, the top 3rd place, whatever you want to call it, is Fire. As you haven't, been listening thus far, Fire's number 3. Fire, tanking wise, it is very good, very high health pool, nice amount of damage absorption and a little bit of defense when you're not blocking, similar to Rage. And the healing factor on it, the ability to control your heals more actively than as opposed to passively with a little bit of activeness, but mainly passive when it comes to Rage. Fire's more active healing, and you have more control of when you want to heal and when you need to put powers here and there to heal. It's just good in that way. Fire's insanely hard to beat. And when it comes to PvP, if they know how to spec it right and do it right, PvP is hard to beat with Fire. I'm gonna put it like that. But for PvE, which is generally what most videos are made about, Fire is still good. It went through its ups and downs, but I will say most people to this day know that Fire, although it might dip in its health, is able to get caught back up in its health pool pretty quickly. All right, especially how Fire tanks are built now. the ability to heal yourself as well as the healer to heal you is up there, man. The high health pool makes great to survive a lot of stuff that's your one shot, a lot of other people. So you just up there. All right, let me just put it like that. You're just up there when it comes to tank. For the damage side of things, I would say fire is pretty good. When it comes to AoE, it's pretty much, I would say, slightly above average. But when it comes to single target, I would definitely say it's above average. All right, it is pretty good when it comes to single target or a low amount, let's say 3 targets or lower. Doing damage towards them, so very good in that kind of range. Now when it comes to, the 5, 6, 8 targets or more, it can falter a little bit because it's not built like how electricity is. You would think that fire being fire, it would, but it just doesn't. All right, it can handle doing AoE damage better than a lot of other powers. That's why I'm still including it on this list. But it's definitely not doing it like how Rage Might is, or melee, right? Melee range of the Rage power Might based is. It's not like that. It's not built like that. All right. So look, these are my thoughts and opinions, as well as the combined thoughts and opinions of people I've asked in game, read on forums, asked in Discord chats, etc. So without further ado, man, let me know y'all opinions and y'all thoughts in the comment section down below. Like the video if you liked it, and you like the information, you like these kind of videos, or style of videos, type of videos, whatever the case may be. Without further ado, y'all, peace and shalom. All right, stay tuned in for my top 3 trolls.